All right, so time now is 7:27 a.m. in the morning on March 26th. I'm gonna keep this quick, short, and simple. Went to bed at 2:15 a.m., which is great, and slept all the way to 7:15, so that's 5 hours. My hair is insane. I know it's quite sprawling, but I tried to comb it, and it still looks like this. So I hope gravity does its thing. Because this is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous hair, really. I look forward to having a haircut like next week. Yeah, I don't know. I either eat a slice of potato pie or just eat a cookie and then just leave. Um, and I don't know, man. I'm gonna sleep even earlier tonight. I'm gonna go to Ralph's today. Of course, I have the film class later. There's a film exam. I can't wait to talk about In the Mood for Love during class. Woo, sheesh. Wong Kar-wai is in my film syllabus, guys. And I'm gonna study chemistry. I'm gonna try to ask the guy questions, the guy who did the tour for me, the apartment tour. I'm gonna try to ask the guy questions. And I can't imagine what it's gonna feel like for me once the housing issue is solved. Because right now, as far as college goes and as far as food goes, it's going quite well. Alright. I'll eat a slice. Yeah. Alright, I'm a little bit late. It's 7:47. The weather is very gloomy and foggy all of a sudden, which is kind of weird and creepy. And I'm a little late, so I gotta hurry up, get there a little bit early, and take out my notebook and actually start studying for the exam, which is gonna start in like 15 minutes.
You are. You cook here.
No, I'm not a grip.
Groups do cocaine.
Cocaine and cigarette food breakfast.
Probably.
It says this area is closed for spring 2022.
This thing has like a scale model of like.
Of what?
Shit. Like, you gotta see it with like the stadium, whatever.
Oh, that's for architecture, right?
I don't know. There's apparently like.
Time now is 1:38. 1:38 p.m. I have made it back home. So I didn't film anything outside of this house today, I think. Or no, I think I did. Film class over, and it's quite interesting. Once again, it's made some more connections, made some friends, and it's quite awesome, really. So, again, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm just gonna try to condense everything. I go to class, and right off the bat, there's the test, and I did it. And aside from the last question, which asks which asks for the differences between the prime lens and zoom lens. Aside from that, I'm pretty much confident in every other answer. Okay. But yeah, it was a cool test. Like, I missed these tests. I miss paper tests. This is the first paper test I've ever done since the DSEs, and it's kind of nostalgic, really. It's so much fun. But after the test, we stood outside the classroom for a little bit, and I spoke to David, the Swedish guy, and he's nice. And I don't know, it's just all sorts of weird people. Like my mom said, I don't want to come off a little racist or xenophobic, but like my mom said, it's like a zoo. It's just there's so many different weird people. So I'll get into that a little bit later. But after the test, I spoke with some people, and then I went back, and then lecture, and then went out. There's a break, and during the break, I really spoke to a lot of people. So Ella, the white girl, didn't come today, so that's that. So I spoke to Eric, the Filipino and then a little bit later, I followed Miles and Ben, uh, and we explored the other building, and that's pretty cool. And then after that, I spoke to Christian and his friend Lucas, and I wasn't able to get into their conversation really all that much because they're way closer. But I was getting with them because A, I want to make more friends. B, I want to watch the Batman with Christian because he hasn't watched too. And last Saturday, it's like, oh, you haven't watched? I haven't watched. Let's watch it together then. And I don't know how to break it because I don't want to constantly mention it, and it makes me sound very pushy. So I gotta have some restraint. But at the end, I'm like, okay, have you watched Batman? He's like, nah. And then Christian's like, okay, so when are you free next week? And I'm like, okay, I'm free Tuesday and Thursday nights, Wednesday and Friday, whole day free. So it could be next week, it could be next weekend, but that's that. And then Eric actually asked me if I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, and I said I haven't, and then she said he said he hasn't either. And then that's that. And then final part of the class is hands-on. We have to carry a whole tripod and camera head and walk across the room. And I was like the second person to do it, and at that point I have no idea what to do. It's so fucking heavy, and I tried to lift it up, and I just lifted up right in front of me, and I was just, my whole body shaking, and I was like tiptoeing across the room, and it was very embarrassing. But I acted cool, I acted cool, but it was very fucking heavy, and I was like a loser when I was doing it. And people started to master it, like the third, the fourth, the fifth person started to master it. You sort of lift it up and balance it on your shoulder, but I didn't do it. I just lifted up straight up. So I looked like a loser, and pretty much all the girls, aside from a couple, just did it right, with the same posture, with the correct posture and correct balance, and I looked like a loser doing it. Anyways, after the class, I stuck around the campus for like 80 minutes ish, and I just sat there, and it was Eric, the Filipino boy, the guy from Hungary, but he's American, but he's, I guess, also Hungarian. Ben, and then Miles was there for a little bit, and then Hinata, who is a Brazilian girl. And so we just sat down, we chatted, and the students from the second class, from the afternoon cinematography class, they're there, and we chatted a little bit, and it was really nice. And David was there too. So David, the Swedish guy, he suddenly looked at a pillar, and he was like, you know what? It would be fun to just climb up this pillar and just hop onto the roof. And in my heart, I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then he actually tried to do it, and he said, okay, it's the wrong shoes. But he like almost climbed the pillar, and it was just really weird and random. And the guy's like, and David, he talked about how, oh, I have a photo shoot later, some sexy photo shoots. And Ben was like, oh, sexy photo shoots, like porn? And he's like, well, no, not today, but next month. I'll do porn next month. And it's not like he's the guy doing porn, he's the guy who's filming them. And he said, well, I have to, work with my friend. Like my friend, she's doing an OnlyFans, and she's my friend, and I'm gonna help her. And it's just really weird. And pretty much 30% of the conversation we had today involved drug and sex. And that was at that moment, I was like, man, I'm really in LA right now, where we just publicly talk about drugs and sex with people from all over the world. It was like Netflix teen show in real life. And yeah, and even Miles, so Miles was really quiet today. He's very quiet, and he mainly spoke to me, and he's like, and he even sat beside me to my right during class. And he's like, okay, I'm really quiet today because I feel comfortable. Usually when I'm socially anxious, I speak louder and noisier. And when they were talking about like prostitution and sex work and OnlyFans, like Miles was like, I don't like this conversation. And I don't know what to say, man. I'm from Hong Kong, and I know I'm from, culturally, I'm from the more cleaner parts of Hong Kong. I haven't experienced shit. I haven't experienced the underbelly of Hong Kong at all. But still, like, I'm just like, man, A little bit later, Miles left. A lot of people left, and it's just me, Eric, Hinata, and Ben. and it's just us four, and we talked about a lot of things. We talked about animation and anime actually, and apparently a lot of people have watched anime. Like Hinata had watched anime like Naruto and Death Note, and Miles actually talked a little bit about like Studio Ghibli, and and Eric talked about Your Name. Like, damn, like a lot of people watch anime, but very soon the conversation drifted to friggin' drugs, essentially, because there's another girl, and she's from the afternoon class, and she's like, she talked about smoking weed and vaping, and then a little bit later, Ben was like, oh, I used to take Adderall pills every day, it actually makes me focus more, and I also tried this, I tried that. Mushrooms, microdosing on mushrooms, and the girl's like, yeah, oh my god, microdosing on mushrooms is so good. And me, Eric, and Hinata was just looking at each other like, yep, okay, weird. And then a little bit later after the conversation, Hinata's like, I'm off the drugs, even though I've gone through this phase already. Hinata's like, oh, I've gone through the stoner phase, I've gone through this drug phase. And Ben is like, really? And she's like, yeah, of course, I'm from Brazil. Like, there's a lot of weed in Brazil. Brazil is like full of weed, and they're laced with shit, like literally. And I'm like, oh, I'm from Hong Kong, so I don't touch that. And Ben was like, man, you gotta try that, man. You gotta try that for once at least in your life. Like, you don't gotta do it regularly, but you gotta try weed and drugs at least once. And of course, I'm like nodding, and he's like, no, I'm not trying to peer pressure you or anything, but you gotta try it. But in my heart, I'm like, no way in hell am I gonna try it, and I'm gonna keep that promise. And Eric's like, oh yeah, I tried it once too, but it was an edible weed. So Eric was aside from me, the most non-drug taker in the bunch, and he has still eaten like an weed edible. So it's yeah, man, welcome to LA. We even joked about strip club because we were talking about running out of money, and Ben is like, man, you should do stripping, just do prostitution, just make good use of your own body. And I even jokingly said, yeah, and dealing drugs and gamble, like, you know what, if it's like, since we're talking about illegal stuff, let's just throw in a bunch. But actually no, because like prostitution and OnlyFans is legal in LA. Well, OnlyFans is legal, but I don't know about prostitution. I think it's also legal. And it was just like, oh, well, let's open a strip club. Yeah, and I guess it's a huge cultural difference between Hong Kong culture and Brazilian culture. But the Brazilian girls like continued this conversation of strip clubs. Like, okay, what should be the name of a strip club? And Ben is like, oh, is it like a straight strip club or a gay strip club? And I was jokingly like, oh, it's bi. And Hinata's like, yeah, both, bisexual strip club. And it was a fun conversation, but it was just so goddamn American. Like, whew, I would never have a conversation like this in Hong Kong. Like, maybe with the right friends I will, but with the friends I have there, no. But yeah, we just talked, and then a little bit later, I'm like, man, I gotta leave. Like, in my heart, I'm like that. And Ben left, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow him. And then I followed Ben, and then Ben left, and then I looked behind me, and Eric and Hinata were there. So I went along with them, and then Hinata went into this cafe nearby and bought a little muffin, and I thought it would be very expensive, but apparently it's just $4. So okay, fine. I didn't buy anything because I already have food at home. I'm gonna cook myself food right now. But there we go. I'm back. But yeah, that's that. That is that. So now the plan is I'm gonna make myself French toast with peanut butter. I know I've had this already a couple days ago, but I gotta kind of want to finish the French toast and finish the eggs, and then a little bit later I'm gonna go to Ralph's and buy food, and it's going to be amazing. Yeah. All right, this is it. French toast, crisp. It really soaks up a lot of oil and egg. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this is a vegan bread and not real bread. I don't know. But there we go. I finished all my bread. I finished all my eggs. And that's it. All right. It's 2:40. I got my 2 empty Ralph bags. Got my sunglasses. I also got my earbuds. I'm gonna listen to music while I walk, because why not? And let's go shopping. All right, here I am. Let's check out the pie section. Ooh. Oh, damn. Damn, I could buy one of these. Ooh. Oh shit. I can't buy it though because I still have sweet potato, but holy shit. This is way more than I thought. Wow. All right, time now is 3:40. I'm back. This stuff is $53.14, I think. $53, yeah. So here is what I have bought. Bread. This is probably not vegan, but it's the same brand, so I don't know. I've been craving for this one for a little while. This is Indomie. Hell yeah. And then 2 oranges, which is awesome. Oh shit, one more. All right, more updates from the apartment department, but I'll talk about that later. For now, we got new eggs, 12 brown eggs. Let's just put it on the ground for now. Okay. Pork chops, 5.24, boneless, nice. And then, surprisingly, beef, oh my god, it's only 6.92, not that bad, it's not bad. I know it's not steak. If it's steak, it would be way more expensive, but still. Okay, here we go. This is what I found. Star of the show, 5-piece chicken tender in the rotisserie section. Holy cow. I know it's not in my shopping list, but I saw it and I'm like, god damn, I need to buy it. So I got it, and it's awesome. And I'll be eating this tomorrow night, I think. Or actually Monday night, because tomorrow night I got something else. So this will go in the fridge too. Ooh, carrot cake for Wednesday morning. There's also red velvet, and I really wanted to get that because I've never had red velvet before in my life, but this is great still. So, yeah, there we go. Soup noodle, Thai cup noodle. I saw this too and it caught my eye and I'm like, damn, beef noodle, I want it. So there we go. Okay, this is the ready-made meal. So there are 2 types of ready-made meal there from the same brand. So this is Sunday beef pot roast with roasted vegetables. The other is a chicken bacon pasta. And I like both. They both look good. But I don't know. I've had a lot of chicken already. Time to have some beef. I'm on a beef cycle now. Beef here, beef that, beef here, a lot of beef. So this will be my dinner tomorrow night. All right, vegetable of the week, broccoli. And then for starch, something new and special. Tortellini or tortelloni. With a sweet Italian sausage. This is quite expensive, I think $8, but this I think is enough for 3 meals, so that's good. Plus I have rice, plus I have bread, so on the starch department, it shouldn't be an issue. And I have cup noodles, so there's that. So this is all I got, and it's all $53, which is a little expensive, but you know what? I can keep it up. $50-something per week, it's totally fine. And I'm supposed to go shop tomorrow, but again, special circumstance, Saturday. But next Sunday, like not tomorrow, but the next one, I'll go shopping again. And it's going to be consistently around $50 per week. And then I'll go to Tiado's Kitchen on Wednesday, and then I'll go to Café Rousseau next Saturday for the little lunch. So this is enough for a week. This is enough for 1.5 weeks, actually. It's a lot of food. It's rich. It's dense. And also, I'm going to start looking at nutrition and sort of calculate, you know, what sort of calories I'm consuming every single day. All right, time now is exactly 7 p.m. So for the last 4 hours or 3.5 hours or so, I didn't do a single thing. I just watched YouTube and I just, yeah, I didn't do anything at all. I just, I did go over my meal plans and I pretty much planned out everything for my next week, all the meals for my next week. And I realized that once again, I've run into a situation where I have more than enough food for breakfast and almost not enough food for lunch and dinner, but almost, because I got the ready-made meal for tomorrow night. I got the chicken tenders, I got the pork, I got the beef, I got the got the tortellini. I can eat bread. I got rice. I can cook. I mean, and as far as vegetables go, I got some leftover cabbage. Actually, I'll finish the cabbage like tonight. It's not a lot left. There's some carrot. There's a little bit like half a carrot. There's some mushrooms left, like 3 or I think 2 mushrooms left. And then I newly bought broccoli and I got 2 oranges, and then I still got some leftover spinach from the big spinach box, but still, it's still like not a lot to last for 1 week, so I don't know. But then I realized, oh right, if I'm truly hungry, I still got like potato chips and the fruit bar and candy, and I could just eat those snacks instead. And yeah, it's not very healthy, but hey, it is what it is. And I still got 2 leftover cookies. A couple of things. I didn't talk a lot about Film 40 class today, even though I already spent 10 minutes talking about it after I came home, but a couple add-ons here. So during the break, I don't know why, but I have this attitude where it's like, okay, you know what? Back in secondary school days, when I'm in secondary school, I'm alone and lonely and I'm afraid to speak up. But now that I'm in LA and there are so many people of different race and age, it's even more difficult for me to communicate. Why not make it even tougher for me by just let's just try to speak to everyone in the class. Like it's round robin, okay? I'm not gonna do this in Film 31 because I don't know why, but Film 31 has a dangerous edge to it. But Film 40, this cinematography class, even though I'm the only East Asian there, it's so much more comfortable. And so I feel like I kind of want to just speak to every single person ever in the class. And I almost spoke to Rose, the French girl, but I did speak to Tatiana, the high school girl, who is a little bit fat and she's white. And she talked about In the Mood for Love, and she said, "Oh, I really love it." And I'm like, "Yeah, because it's Wong Kar-wai, I have to talk about it." And yeah, and I said, "Yeah, In the Mood for Love is so good." It's she said her favorite scene is the scene where they rehearse the husband, where Tony Leung sort of pretend to be Maggie Cheung's husband in the film, and I said my favorite is the ending. We talked a little bit, and that's really cool. And there's Christian and Lucas, and that bit was a little bit awkward because it's mainly them both speaking to each other. Lucas wanted to make a short film, and he and Christian were discussing like, okay, who's going to be the director, who's going to be the camera guy, and they have all these ideas. And Lucas at some point looked at me and was like, what do you excel at filmmaking? And I'm like, I have no idea. And so he had this idea, okay, maybe you could, do you want to do like, do you want to act in my short film? And I know when it comes to student short films like this, you always got to reach out for people, no matter who it is. So of course he would say that, but I don't want to act. And I said, okay, how about sound? How about like lighting, art direction? And he's like, there's no need for that. So I don't know, but that's an interesting moment. And then yeah, a little bit after the break, I wanted to speak to Alba and Alan, the Mexican couple. I'm gonna say couple, even though they aren't, but it's Alba, the Mexican girl, and Alan, the Mexican guy. And Alan left a little bit, but Alba left behind, sitting on a chair around a desk. And I almost spoke to her, but I guess not really. And then a lot of speaking with Hinata, and turns out she's after speaking to her, I begin to learn more about her, and I begin to learn more about people and their personalities. And she's sort of a humorous girl, but she's sort of like this LOL, fuck you kind of girl, So that's that. Yeah, a little bit later, after the shopping experience, I went to Ralph's, and while walking there, I was wearing earbuds listening to music, which is actually quite nice. and then went to Ralph's, bought food, walked all the way back, and then while I was queuing up to pay in Ralph's, there's this guy beside me, in front of me at the line, and he's got a lot of stuff. He's got a whole shopping cart of stuff, and he seemed mean. He was wearing a bandana over his mouth, and you know that shit doesn't work. So I thought, okay, maybe he's one of those mean old white dudes, you know, who just like hates pandemic rules and stuff. And I don't want to have a repeat of what happened last Sunday, so but my basket was getting really heavy, so I put food on the table, but not on the conveyor belt. And then the guy in front of me in the line, he grabbed a separation stick, and then sort of separated between his stuff and my stuff. And I said thank you. And then a little bit later, he saw that I bought carrot cake right here, and he's like, "Ooh, carrot cake," and I'm like, "Yeah." And I was really tired, so I didn't want to say anything else. And he's like, "Wow, you know, in another store, I forgot the name, but he's like, oh, in this store, it's like $5 a piece." And I'm like, "Yeah," and that's it. And then I walked back home and then put down my stuff, and then I randomly got a call. I picked it up because I pick up calls now, no matter what. Even if it's a scam, I'll pick it up because it could be something urgent. So I picked it up, and it's the guy from yesterday, or I think a couple days ago actually. Wow, it's been 2 days already since the tour. So yeah, it's the tour guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw that you texted me saying you have a question, but I couldn't answer it by text, but you could call me." So I asked him, and immediately I was in the middle of unpacking my shopping groceries, and I was in my street clothes. I couldn't sit down. Immediately I looked through the text history, the WhatsApp history between me and my mom, and between me and D, and sort of just because there's this list of questions I should ask. So there's this list of questions. So I asked him a few, like, okay, how should I pay? And then the guy said, in cash or in check. And it's the deposit. And I said, is it a 1 year lease thing? And he said, yes, it's a 1 year lease thing. You could do a little shorter, but a little shorter is a little bit more expensive. But if it's a 1 year lease thing, it's going to be a problem because I will have to pay December's rent, but I won't be here in December, so that's lame because I will be back in Hong Kong. So I don't freaking know. Or actually not December. I guess January, because yeah. I don't freaking know. But I want my apartment to be there still. But then again, I told him, okay, I asked the guy, okay, who was the last tenant? Like, did they just leave, or was there someone living there? And then the guy said, the guy just left. The other person, the other tenant in your room just left 5 days ago. Blah blah. And I asked him if it's okay if I make the decision on Monday, because what if I go to the tour on Monday, and that other apartment sucks, and I want the one that I already saw. And he's like, yeah, sure, you can do Monday, you can apply, it's fine, no rush. He said no rush. Okay, fine. So there's that. And then I was going through Instagram while I was waiting in line for Ralph's to pay, and then one of the people from my college film club, who's probably graduated from this college already or transferred somewhere, she made an Instagram story saying like, "Ooh, I'm in a movie. Ooh," and it's Coda. In one of the scenes, she's an extra. So there's a scene where the main character applies for choir, and her friend is like, "Choir, you're insane," and and I wanted to DM her just to say congratulations, like with no other ulterior motives. And why not? What are you gonna do? Say fuck you? So I DM'd her saying, and she had spoken to me before, like last year November, when she saw me post my conspiracies promo trailer thing, and I DM'd her. I'm like, wow, you're in Coda. That's amazing. That's so cool. And he's like, yeah, that's really cool. And I don't know what else to add, to be honest. Like I said, okay, if it wins Best Picture, that would be really cool. And then she wrote an entire paragraph saying that she looks up to the director. She finds her really inspiring because she has a disability too, and she herself has a disability too, and she wants to, like make movies and represent disabled people more and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, yeah. I should say something else. I said wow, and I don't know how else to reply. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go cook myself dinner now. It's gonna be simple. Cabbage. I'll finish it all. Cabbage, mushroom. Um, cabbage, mushroom. The fish that I fried. So fried fish, the tapioca fish. Rice, which I know I have some like from a couple days ago, but I'll cook more because that's not enough. So yeah. All right, there we go. Time now is 7:55. Lunch is served. Fresh rice, microwaved rice, egg rice from 2 days ago. Microwaved for 1 minute. The remaining 2 slices of tapioca fish. I suddenly had a really cool idea of adding soy sauce to the fish, so I did. And then this is the cabbage, mushroom, garlic fry, which I fried the garlic and the mushroom for a long time, but I feel like the lettuce is only like not enough time, but it's fine. And hey, there we go. That's my dinner. Yay. Time now is 10:52 p.m. I'm not gonna say too much. It's a nice dinner, lots of rice. I feel full, not full, but like I feel filled. Like I'd say from 0 to 100%, I am about 70% full, or 80 actually. But yeah, so a couple of things. Before the dinner took place, my mom's friend called me. So my mom has made tons of connections ever since I got to LA, trying to look for a lot of her friends and speak to a lot of her friends and ask them who do they know. Long story short, my mom pretty much scavenged for everyone she could find who also lives in LA who can help me. And she found someone. And so that someone is an old woman about my mom's age, maybe a bit older, I don't know. And so that woman just called me while I was cooking, while I was washing the rice. And it was she goes to the same church as well in Chinatown. So she's like, wow, I heard about your housing situation. Like, how are things? We go to the same church. Maybe we can have lunch together. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. So there's that. Had lunch, and then I guess halfway into the lunch, Howard, the hospital guy, came out of his room, and he's like, "Hey, Enoch, how's your doing? How's your day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm doing fine." No, he's like, the first thing he says is like, "Hi, Enoch, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing fine." And then he asked me what happened today, and I said like, oh yeah, I had a course today, a college course. And he asked me, "Oh, so what did you learn about in the course? Like, did you have fun?" And I'm like, "Yeah, lots of fun." And there's like no way I can continue this conversation. I can talk about what I learned in my film course, but he would not be interested. So I asked him, "Okay, how about you? How's your day?" And then he said he went on this really long paragraph of he decided he had a really restful day today, and he decided to make a series of meditations, record a series of meditations, because his old friends whom he had spiritually aided during COVID have contacted him, asking him, "Hey, where have you been?" And he wanted to do a meditation, and the theme would be Russia because of the Russia-Ukraine war right now. And he told me that when he was young in elementary school, his parents were invited to Russia to join a missionary team to basically spread Christianity. And back then, a lot of Russians admire Martin Luther King and what he's doing. So they wanted to hire some colored pastors, and Howard's father is a pastor and also was a chaplain in the army. And so Howard got to go to Russia, and he said that there are a lot of good people in Russia, and he wanted people to understand that it's not Russians' fault, it's Putin's fault, and we should all separate the government from its people, which is very true, by the way. And he told me, like we went to Leningrad, which right now it's called St. Petersburg, and he's like, he just wants to alleviate the hate for the Russians, and yeah, and then he talked about Kiev, and he said, yeah, I went to Kiev too during that trip, and Kiev is the capital of Ukraine, and this is the place that the Russians want to get to. I guess Howard thinks I don't know where Kiev is. Of course I do, but yeah, there's that. And then I later added, oh yeah, and also there's a Cold War, right? Like there's a stigma around Russians for Americans, and he's like, yeah, exactly. And so that's that. But I was just too tired to continue the conversation. All right, so that is basically today. It's already 10:57. I finished chemistry homework. Yeah, it's just quick, easy peasy 100 chemistry homework, little lab report that isn't even a report. Like this lab report is child's play in comparison with what I have to do like 3-4 years ago. This is child's play, okay? I hate to brag, but like, come on, seriously. But yeah, back to the video game allegory. Food, I'm handling it well. I spoke to Natalie a little bit. I know Natalie is a real busy person. I like her. I hate her. She's a cool psycho. She's a cool girl. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna try my best to stop calling her like these, like, oh, she's a psycho. She's a little demon girl, because she's not that anymore. She's just a regular person with some psychological issues. And I still like that she's a little quirkier and a little edgier than your average person, and she has a deep dark side, and I think that's kind of cute. But like, I'm not gonna treat her like this mysterious crazy person anymore. Yeah, there's that. Okay, on top of that, so yeah, I spoke with Natalie a little bit. I basically told her a bunch of shit like, I want to draw now. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person now. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because like, ever since I got to USA, my aunt's place has 2 cats, and they're both amazing, and they like sat on my lap, and it was just so cool, and they're so fluffy and cute, and it's like, oh my god. And then when I moved to my first host, there's a cat, but it wasn't there all the time, and there's a dog, and the dog's nice, but it was a little bit annoying. And then for the second host, the cat's there, and the cat's cute, and the dog's there, the 2 dogs, they hate me. And so I begin to develop an affection for cats more than I do for dogs. And then on top of that, a lot of Japanese VTubers have cats, cat pets. And there's a huge like thing, And then like, I don't know, recently I learned the news of a vicious dog attack, and it's like, god damn. Like if a dog hates you, like, yikes. But if a cat hates you, you can still kind of maneuver around it. And also cats are more, delicate and elegant. So I don't know, I'm getting to be more of a cat person. And then I also showed off to Natalie, showing my cooking skills. Like 2 years ago, I'm like, hey, I made an omelet. Well, right now I made myself a whole day of meal, like morning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like snacks. Like, it's all me. I buy the food in the supermarket. I cook them myself on top of a stove. I'm a man now, okay? Once I get a driver's license, get into university, get a job, make tons of friends, have a girlfriend. Like, I'm pretty much an adult man. I'm pretty much an adult man. Jesus. Come on, man. I'm an adult. It's a scary thought. I want to remain being a kid, but time is not so forgiving. So yeah, as far as the allegory goes, the video game allegory goes, the food, the food, the college stuff, I can handle it. I can handle it well. And then housing, after Monday, a decision will be made, and I have a sneaky feeling that the apartment I will visit on Monday will not have in-unit washer and dryer, even though I think it'll be slightly bigger. And I think that's gonna make me decide to go to the original one, which is gonna suck because it's a nice place, it's clean, it has everything, it's perfect location, got the air con. I know I've said this many times, but one thing is that it's small, and I don't know how should I put any of these in the room, let alone put it out. So it's just gonna be a pain, but I'm gonna try my best. But wow, like wow. So yeah, that's today. I don't know. I'm gonna try my best to sleep earlier tonight, and yeah, that's all. I'm gonna yeah, and once level 1 is over, I'm gonna go at level 2 at full speed ahead. And I already like so I didn't talk a lot about the conversation between me, Nick, and Tom last night. It was nice, but it was, much of the same. But Nick's life. So Nick has been living in the UK in Exeter for a year and a half, and Nick has been an NPC basically. He lives alone in a room in a dorm house. He orders takeout almost every single day, pretty much every single day. He does nothing but go to school, sleep, eat, and play video games. And that's it for 1.5 years. And I ask him, like, I know when I was in secondary school, I don't treat Nick like, I mean, he's a close friend, but I don't treat him like someone who I can deep talk to. I cannot reveal all my deepest, darkest thoughts and secrets to him because he's such a like cartoonish little weeb, But near the end of Form 6, I really get to be honest with him. And I was like, last night I was like, dude, Nick, like, if you're an anime character, your redemption arc is now. Go out and make friends, live a new life, redeem yourself. And he's like, nah, I'm just an NPC. And then for Tom, so Tom's dad left him on like in the beginning of March, and at first Tom felt kind of sad and lonely, but he got through this period really fast. And Tom has been living fine. Tom is really enjoying Toronto, and he's made a lot of friends, a lot of Chinese friends, a lot of Hong Konger friends, and it's mainly that. I asked Tom like whether if he saw a girl that he's like, you know what, I'm interested in dating, and Tom said, yeah. Tom said he found a Chinese girl who's cute and nice and soft, and Tom's interested. But the thing is, Tom believes that she has a boyfriend already. So there's that. And then I expressed that so far for the 3 months I've been in LA, I haven't met a single girl that I'm interested in, not a single one. And Nick basically doesn't care. But yeah, there's that. So and Tom told me that he feels sorry for me. He saw my Instagram stories where I just complain like, fuck, living in LA, fuck, it's so bad, and all these issues, and I almost became homeless. And yeah, Tom is like, man, like I feel so bad for you, and I'm like, yeah. But yeah, that's that. But when it comes to friends, Tom asked me like, hey, have you like met tons of friends? Like you hang out with them and have lunch with them? And I said, not really. I mean, I do hang out with JT and Potter like twice. And I did hang out with Potter like 4 times so far. And JT like also 4 times. And Diana 1 time. But it's not enough. Like I want to hang out with Pepper. I want to hang out with other people like Christian. And so I can work on that actually. Because I want to watch the Batman and he wants to too. And Lucas had watched it already. So it's just me and him. Yeah, so I haven't really gone to the level where people are straight up inviting me out for lunch and dinner. But technically Thomas the Chinese dude did invite me out for dinner, but also not really. But I want to hang out with people more. And even though as of now, I'm more social than ever, maybe it's not enough. Because nobody's inviting me out for lunch yet. So that's that. All right. So shit. Time now is 8:07 a.m. in the morning. On March 27th. Woo. So I slept from 2:15 to 7:50. So that is amazing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm sleepy right now, and I wish I could sleep for way more, but yeah, it could have been way worse. Yeah. So before I went to bed, I wanted to upload a college update vlog, but it didn't finish. I've been uploading it for 3 hours, and it haven't finished, which is stupid. So I thought, okay, if I make my laptop sleep, it's going to upload in my sleep, right? Turns out it didn't. It's still uploading. It was 84%, and then when I turned on my laptop after I wake up, it's still 84%. It just halted. The process of uploading just halted. But yeah, that is 5 hours, 5.5 hours of sleep, which is pretty good. Again, it could be better, but 5.5 hours is pretty good. I'd say it could be way worse. So today's gonna be a fun day because I'm gonna go to church, have lunch with the team, and then I'm gonna try to get home at around 4 p.m. because at 5 p.m. there's the Oscars. But another thing that I have to do simultaneously is this revision for my chemistry exam tomorrow. And I have not studied a lot. So I really got to do something about that, and I'll do it tonight while the Oscars is happening. So that's gonna be a thing, and yeah, that's that. And tomorrow is gonna be a even more stressful day because there's the frigging chemistry exam, and then there's also the house tour in Sawtell. And I also thought, okay, since I'm going to Sawtell, why not buy a pencil sharpener there? Or actually, if I'm gonna live there anyways, I should probably buy the pencil sharpener after I move. I don't know. But yeah, not much else. I'm gonna eat some cereal, finish up the milk. The milk is expired, I think. But I don't know, man. I'll finish it like today. And then one of the pastors from the church will be picking me up and another girl up. A girl from UCLA, a girl who studies in UCLA who's also in that church. For the last many times, when we had to drive back home from that church area, they also drove me and that UCLA girl. That's that. Damn, the weather is actually quite cold. I didn't wear an undershirt. It's just this and the jacket. Whew. Why is it so cold? Alright, time now is 3:40 p.m. I'm back home. So this is yeah, so I'm gonna talk about what happened today. Woke up at 7:45, 7:50, and then left at around 8:25, and then the car is there, and it's the pastor and the girl from UCLA. And then he drove us to the Chinatown church, and we were actually a bit early. And then Jonah showed up, so me, Jonah, and the Chinatown and the UCLA girl, we just sat in the balcony and we started the sermon. And I thought I would feel awake because I slept for more than 5 hours. It's not that bad. But I don't know why. Maybe I was just really bored. I fell asleep like 12 times again, and I was fishing. And I tried my best to stay awake. And to do that, I try to keep thinking things in my head. Like, I keep trying to speak to myself, like inner voice. I keep trying to, at a few points, I try to hold my breath, like under the mask, because my old biology teacher, in secondary school said, if I feel sleepy, just hold my breath. It works. But it didn't work. I still fell asleep like 12 times, and I tried my best to act as unseemingly as possible. Like, I try to act like I'm not falling asleep. I try to like stay in the same position, but it was very obvious. And after the sermon, Jonah's like, yeah, Enoch is, he's doing this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really tired for some friggin' reason. And then afterwards, so my mom's friend is also going to the same church, and she's like, ooh, let me text you after the Sunday service. But usually after the Sunday service, I would have dinner with the team, with the gang. So, like, I wouldn't have time to greet her. So after the sermon, I grabbed a piece of cookie, and yeah, because the church was providing coffee and cookies and fruits and egg tarts, and it's like char bun. And I grabbed a cookie, and then we went to the building in the opposite side. D showed up and gave me 2 letters, a Chase card and another Bank of America letter, weirdly. Anyways, and then we went to the building on the other side. We had our Sunday service there, and it was okay. I was rather quiet. Not a lot happened. And then afterwards, apparently there is no lunch. Apparently we're all not gonna together have lunch together. Like, that's not part of the plan today. So another pastor, different from the one this morning, another pastor, fatter, the cardiologist pastor, he decided to drive me and the UCLA girl back to our respective settlements. And before that, he said, okay, so you guys have a few choices. You can go praying in the other room in the gym, and then leave, or you can go and have lunch and then leave, or you can pray and then have lunch and then leave. And so at the end, I was like, I don't know, because technically I can just come back here and I have food, even though I didn't plan to like eat lunch inside here, but I can create some food. But at the end, we decided to go out and have lunch. So me, the UCLA girl, Jonah also joined us, but in a separate car. The brother and sister, the sibling, we went to a Korean restaurant in Monterey Park, and then we had lunch there. And then it was nice. It was $16.9, which is a little expensive, but you know what? For some good Korean food, I'll pay it. Sure, why not? And then afterwards, we walked around a little bit. We walked around in a sports shop thing, sports related shop. And then afterwards, the pastor showed up and drove me and the UCLA girl to our respective settlements, and I left first. So at 3:15 ish, I came back here. The pinky toe nail on my right foot is experiencing the same problem again, where I think it's because the nail's too long. It flipped and got cut, which kind of hurts. So I had to deal with it with a nail clipper. And then there's the big thing, which is the Oscars. The Oscars is happening tonight, and I originally thought it's gonna happen in Zoom. Like we can actually watch it in Zoom, because the film club has organized a meeting where we can watch the Oscars together, in a Zoom meeting. And I thought to myself, wow, I don't have to like watch it on the TV now. I can just watch it in Zoom. And then I just realized, I was like, hold on. Seriously? Are we just gonna watch it in Zoom? Is it that easy? Come on. And then I realized, oh, maybe we're not gonna watch it in Zoom. Maybe this Zoom meeting is just a commentary. Like we have to watch it ourselves on a TV or in our own laptop or whatever. So, fuck. So I went outside, and Howard, the hospital guy, is here. He's outside still. And I asked him, hey, quick question. Does the TV work? Because there's a TV out there. And he said, well, I have no idea because I've never used it. And so, assuming it doesn't work, I can still watch it on my laptop. But for that, I need to pay an ABC streaming platform. So am I willing to pay this much money just to watch the freaking Oscars? In the past few years, I don't have to pay anything, because it's playing on the TV. It's playing in Pearl TVB. And then once Pearl TVB decided to cancel playing it, it's playing on ABC, and I watched it via like a mainland Chinese type like TV box thing. But now I'm in an Airbnb all alone without a TV, and I have no idea what to do. So okay, fine. You know what? I'll pay. I'll go to abc.com and I'll sign up and I'll pay. And for that, I need to tell them what is my TV provider. I don't know what is my TV provider. No TV is provided to me. So I have no idea what to do. And the Zoom meeting will be starting like in 13 minutes. And I still got chemistry to study. But aside from chemistry, and also I think the ceremony ends at 9 p.m. I think. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, so I think the ceremony actually ends at 9 p.m. Because I remember that back in Hong Kong when I watch it, it ends at noon. So, yeah, how long is the Oscars 2022? Until 11 p.m. Damn. So, okay, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., but that's Eastern time. So that is 5 p.m. till 8 p.m. So that's over dinner time, but I should be able to have some time after the ceremony to study chemistry, and other stuff if I do have some other stuff. Let me check. Right, so I don't have any other stuff here. It just says right here, chemistry. There's Oscars. There's the church, and that's it. that's it. So yeah, but yeah. All right. So bit of update. I forgot to mention what the conversation was between me and people today. So not a lot of things are said, but during the Korean lunch with Jonah, the UCLA girl, and the siblings, we actually talked a lot about movies and TV and stuff like that and anime. So I get to talk about some stuff. But there were a few moments where I felt kind of left out of place, a little awkward. But I'm no stranger to those moments, so I don't feel that bad or whatsoever. And then a little bit later, when it's me, the UCLA girl, and the pastor in the car back home, yeah, it's mostly about. I guess at some point we talked about Hong Kong geography because we were talking about UCLA and how like wow UCLA is so big, like there's a north campus, there's a south campus, and like it's quite complicated. But yeah, essentially there's that. Essentially UCLA is just a really huge place, and I said it's even bigger than Taiwan in Hong Kong. And then speaking of Taiwan, like we started talking about the Hong Kong geography and how there are so many weird place names and all that stuff. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And I also asked the UCLA girl about UCLA a little bit. She's a bit of an introvert where she just doesn't like talking a lot and she's a kind of quiet, but she's also kind of funny. She's the what the hell am I doing here kind of girl. Like like she's like always smiling and happy and she's always like what the heck is happening kind of girl. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so as far as the Oscars thing goes, I spoke with Beachy, the guy who owns this Airbnb, and he's kind enough to tell me that there's a bar called Busby's West down the street, not too far away from this Airbnb, and it's playing the Oscars. And the thing is, it's a bar, and I'm only 19, but if I can sneak in, that would be great. Also, he called them for me, and they said, he said that he's sure that the bar will be playing the Oscars, and also, he said a lot of college students will be there. So I have a few options now. I could try and find a weird place. Okay, see, the thing with watching it in a bar is that I can't commentate on it simultaneously, especially with the Zoom meeting that I'm registered in. So I would rather watch it in my own laptop. I think that would be the best way. But if there's a free way, it would be to the bar. If I really run out of choices, there's the bar. I could go there. I could try it out. And it may be an interesting experience. But then again, I won't be able to commentate like on every single thing. So yeah. Yep, it's already in 720p. So all right, time now is 10:58 p.m. What an Oscar ceremony. It's a shit show. All right, time now is 10:59 p.m. Wow, what an Oscar ceremony. What a total friggin' shit show. It ended about 1.5 hours ago, and I just spent like the next 1.5 hours just editing the Oscars video and stuff. And yeah, wow. What a shit show. So I'm not gonna talk too much right now, but in summary, it's very forgettable and predictable, except for the part where Will Smith suddenly punched Chris Rock for a bad joke. And it's blowing up all over internet now, trending on Twitter, exploding. And I tried my best to sort of capitalize on this explosion by immediately uploading a video of my reaction, but I saw my own reaction and it's actually not that dramatic, so I hesitated, but I uploaded anyways, but it's already too late. I had to export all my videos into the laptop first before I could upload it because I can't use the video trimmer in my phone for some reason. But yeah, it's interesting how like the internet works. Most the people on YouTube is pretty much on Chris's side or neutral. Like obviously Will Smith assaulted a presenter just live on national television, and that is not good. And a lot of people on Twitter are applauding Will Smith, but I think the most alarming thing is that a majority of the comments in Hong Kong Instagram are also supporting Will Smith. Like yeah, ho, like you hit well, like that's a good punch, that's a good hit. Standing up for your wife, yes, and I get it, and I think this is a cultural thing, and it's also kind of reflects how conservative Hong Kong culture and society can be, where it's more like family over actual, logistics. But yeah, that was a thing. So now it's already quite late. It's 11 a.m. I had the dinner, and the dinner's honestly kind of underwhelming. I'm happy I'm able to eat beef. But it's actually a little underwhelming. Like it's just a little beef. It's not a lot of meat. And I got a lot of meat. I have chicken tender and some pork and beef, but that's for next week. Um, so wow. So what I'm gonna do now? Originally, I wanted to finish these cookies, but actually, you know what? I'll eat one cookie because I have three actually, and I'll finish my potato chips, I guess. And then that's it. And that's it for today. Of course, I'll study chemistry. And tomorrow is going to be a stressful day because I'll have to do the chemistry test. And while it's easy, I still have to try hard and get an A. Second of all, I want to I have to do the Spanish homework, which is annoying, but also I have to go all the way to Sawtell to do a house tour at 3 p.m. and I don't know if I have enough time for that because the exam begins at 1 p.m. and let's just assume that I will end earlier than 2:30 because it's probably super easy. So let's say at around 2 it finishes. I think yeah, if I finish the chemistry test tomorrow at 2 p.m., I would still be able to make it in time at 3 p.m. at Sawtell. I'm going to look at the apartment, ask a bunch of questions, secretly film, and it's going to be great. And then maybe I'll go to Daiso or something and see if I can buy a pencil sharpener there. Or actually, today I told Jonah about the pencil sharpener, and Jonah said, I should be able to buy this in the college bookstore. And that's funny because I've never been to the bookstore in the college campus before. I don't even know there is one. So I want to check that out a little bit. But yeah, I'm not going to watch a movie or a TV show or anything tonight. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to watch Attack on Titan tomorrow. And then all about Lily Shushu. And yeah, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be busy and stressful and decisive because I'm down to two options. If it's not the one I'm visiting tomorrow, it's the one that I already saw via Zoom. It's decisive. And I feel like, again, I have a sneaky feeling that the one I'm going to see tomorrow morning is going to be worse due to the fact that it doesn't have aircon, due to it may be the fact that there may not be an aircon and no in-unit washers and dryers. If there is in-unit washer and dryer in that apartment that I'm going to be seeing tomorrow, it's going to be a miracle. It's going to be miraculous. I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to be extremely happy. You would have no idea. But the chances are low. The chances of having aircon, TV with cable, stable Wi-Fi, and in-unit washer and dryer in the same apartment in LA is actually really difficult. So I feel like the best bet is still the one that I already saw. Yeah, it's small, but I'll have to figure something out, I guess. Um, and yeah, goddamn, goddamn. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be decisive, and I feel like actually, aside from these two options, I could try my best to look for another option. Like, that is not entirely out of the question. I can still somehow do that, you know? I can still somehow do that. But, yeah, I also realized a couple days ago after the supermarket that I actually only have a little bit more than 1 week left before I move. Like, it's just 1 week. So, like, a couple days later, I'm gonna actually have to start packing. And I actually don't have a lot of time. I don't know why. I feel like March has gone by a little faster. I mean, the first week is really slow, but the last couple of weeks has been really fast. Like, wow. Like, oh wow. Like, for some reason, I feel like my stay at the second host is so much longer than my stay here in this Airbnb. Like, I don't feel like I've been living here long enough. I don't know why. Yeah. It's weird. It really is. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. All right, time now is 10:24, magic number, on March 28th. So you would not believe this, but it's actually raining. Yep. It is raining. And it's been all dark and gloomy. So it's been dark and gloomy, like when I. So I slept all the way from 2 a.m. 2. Yes. That's like another new record for me. So 2 a.m. to 10. My alarm was 10:15, but I woke up way before the alarm and I couldn't sleep back. So it's about 2 to 10, which is 8 hours, and it's plentiful. I feel good. When I woke up, I heard raining noise, and it's like, whew, it's dark and gloomy. Like, usually mornings aren't this gloomy. Like, not a lot of light is entering the room, and yeah, it's such a vibe. You know, I actually kind of miss rain because it's been the last time it's rained for me. It's the first half of January. So this is the only second time that it's rained for me in LA. It's been raining a lot in Hong Kong right now. But yeah, it's the second time in LA. Now that being said though, if it's raining, it kind of means that it may also rain until all day long and all night long. And if that's the case, then I don't know if it's okay if I go to the Sawtell apartment. So if it's still raining until like 1 p.m., I will consider canceling my Sawtell apartment tour appointment and maybe move it to tomorrow. But that would also be a terrible idea because one day is a very huge difference between being able to get an apartment and not being able to get an apartment. Because what if the guy pays the deposit and pays the rent tonight and gets the room, and then I'm left with no choice? So it's yeah, it's quite crazy, really. It's quite crazy. So the Sawtell apartment thing is the main thing today. As much as I don't want to leave the house, I have an umbrella though. You know, Los Angeles people, they don't use umbrellas. They're gonna look at me funny, but I'll still use it. I'm from Hong Kong. Of course, I use umbrellas. Um, but yeah. Another thing is there's the chemistry test, which has been bugging me a little bit, but I'm not that afraid of it. Because it's been real easy, and I looked over most of the lectures already last night, but I still have a few to go through. Also, I skip around, like I don't look at the whole lecture. A lot of these lecture videos are like an hour long, or 20 something minutes long, 40 something minutes long, and the professor speaks really slow, teaches really slowly, and believes we're all stupid. Maybe most of us are, but I'm not. I don't want to sound like a cocky asshole, but I'm not. So, yeah, so there's the chem test. This is why I didn't wake up. If there ain't no chem test, I would just set the alarm at 11 or 11:30. But I woke up a little earlier to study. And there's also the Spanish homework, which is now an issue because it's difficult. But yeah, that's all. I'll eat another slice of sweet potato pie for breakfast. And then tomorrow's breakfast, 2 slices of cookies. Finishing this. And then Wednesday breakfast will be this carrot cake. Dessert for breakfast all day, man, all day. Yeah, sweet potato pie for breakfast, and then lunch is chicken tender with a piece of toast with nothing on top. I don't need anything on top. Chicken tender with toast, and then at night it's going to be pork chop tortellini, and friggin'. I'll celebrate a little bit. If I do go to the apartment tour and I've decided which apartment and I've applied and it's successful, I'm going to drink a pack of lemon tea just to celebrate. But tonight it's going to be pork tortellini and carrot and mushroom. Yes. Or no, I already finished all the mushroom. What is it? What else did I buy? Broccoli. Right. Also, I had a dream where I had a dream that really reflects the state of my social life. Some random person texted me saying that he used to be part of the gang with Nick and Idris and Cedric and Tyrus. Like, he watches anime too and he's from the same school, but for some reason, I don't know him. Like, I don't remember him, I don't know him. But he wanted to call me, and I was actually willing to accept the call. Instead of being afraid, I was actually like, oh wow, you watch anime too? That's very interesting. And yeah, it just reflects that I'm a really social person now. Not super, but compared to the past, I am more social than ever, which is horrifying. Like if I go back to Hong Kong now and if I run into a stranger, maybe I would relapse into my old self and not say a word, or I would engage and be super nice. Los Angeles mode activated. Also, Zara has been speaking to me a lot again, which is awesome. And she's speaking to me about movies and stuff, and yeah, and I'm happy to talk about those things, man. Alright, this is my lunch. 2 pieces of chicken tender and bread. Nothing else. That's it. I know it's dry, so I'm gonna get some water and maybe something to drink. I'm also gonna be, I have about half an hour left until the test. I took some photos of nutrition labels from food, and I'm gonna analyze my own diet. You know what? Eating this with nothing else is kind of bad, so I'm eating some peanut butter, and also, let's try the chicken tenders. Let's go. I actually cut this one in half because, like, I don't want to eat 2 pieces because it's a lot, but 1 piece is also a little too less. It's really dry. Oh my god. All right, time now is 2:28 p.m. I just finished the chemistry exam. A little bit difficult, more difficult than last time, but of course nowhere near as difficult as the Hong Kongs. Yeah, I definitely spent way more time on it than I thought I would. At around 1 hour and 20 minutes, I was almost late. Like I almost started late because I was still eating the chicken tenders. Yeah, originally I planned to do Spanish homework this morning and after this exam do a quick album review. I don't have time for that shit right now. I need to immediately change and immediately head out. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna change my clothes and head to Sawtell and see what's gonna happen. All right, it's 2:38 p.m. Yep, sky is not so bright, so I'm gonna be wearing this instead. Wearing this instead of this. Also, I have to do the sunset photo thing for my film 40. Almost forgot about that. Hope I make it in time. And I won't buy the pencil sharpener at Sawtell. I think I'll buy it in the college campus. Yeah. There's something so desolate and sad about the weather today. Kind of cold actually, 14 degrees. Yeah. So apparently this bar over there, Busby, this bar over there, Busby Sports Bar and Grill, is the one that Bichio was recommending to me yesterday. Good thing I downloaded that, or not downloaded, but good thing I joined that streaming platform. Like, damn, what a save. What a save. Oh my fucking god. I was so close to committing the same mistake. This is to that direction. I'm going this direction. Fuck, I was so close. Alright, I got off the bus. I almost forgot to get off. I don't know what the fuck was that. Yeah, I almost forgot to get off the bus. So that's that. I was busy listening to music. But yeah, the bus ride was really short. Okay. Now I'm walking towards the apartment. Huh. Yes.
Yeah, I'll stand outside. You guys take. Did you want to take a look at the parking as well? Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Damn, alright, just went to the bus tour, and even though this is not a very ideal place to live in because of the highway and the situation the environment doesn't look particularly clean and safe, but you know what, this might be the best place I've seen so far. I mean, holy cow. Just as I thought there wouldn't be in-unit washer and dryer, there is an in-unit washer and dryer. And I thought there wouldn't be an aircon. There is an aircon in this thing, according to the guy. I don't know if he's being honest or not. It's bigger, definitely. Private bathroom, yes. Hell yes. And I could do 1 year lease. It's totally fine. There's a discount, $1,400 something, and it's relatively clean. It has a working stove. It has microwave oven. I could see myself living in here. I mean, the only issue is the elevator. Because I have to go up and down, and moving would be annoying. But honestly, it's pretty damn good. And during the tour there were a couple of people two. So there's a woman with a French accent, and then there was another girl who speaks Mandarin and her mother, and a black guy joined later. Okay, how do I return? Right, this side. I honestly low-key wanted to join in their Mandarin conversation, despite the fact that I don't speak Mandarin very fluently. I could kind of understand what they're saying. I mean, the guy who's touring us, he's also Asian, East Asian, but I doubt if he's, you know, native or anything. And I mean, damn, this area is really like full of Asians. I mean, when I was on the bus, there were tons of East Asians there too. Like one to my right, one to my left. So, quite a suitable place for me. I don't fucking know. Hey, there's a theater here too, interestingly. All right. Oh my god, it's raining right now. Alright, time now is 4:06. I made it back home, changed my clothes, washed my face and hair, and oh boy, the time is clicking. The time is ticking, man. The time is ticking. I'm waiting for mom to wake up. My mom's not awake yet. It's about 7:07 a.m. Usually she's awake at this time. Usually she wakes up at 7. I need to immediately tell her about this. I've already sent her multiple texts. Like, cause last Thursday or last Friday, was it Friday or was it Thursday? I think it was a Friday. Last Friday when I had the tour with the guy, he was like, "You gotta apply tonight. You gotta apply tonight because those rooms they go fast." And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna apply tonight, I guess. And my mom's like, "No, don't do it. That's a bluff. It's a bluff. Wait, what if it's a scam? You gotta ask me first." Okay, and today, this room is even better. It's bigger, it's cheaper, aircon, in-unit washer and dryer? A house like this shouldn't exist. An apartment this good in LA shouldn't exist. It's jackpot. It's a jackpot. That's it. It can't get better. Like when I saw the tour house, when I saw the house, I last Friday in the Zoom call, I was like, okay, this is already really good. It's clean, no popcorn ceiling, good location. Like, okay, you know what? It's not bad. And I thought I thought no other apartments can top it off, but this one topped it off. This one topped it off. I can actually see myself living there. It's actually acceptable living space. Oh my god. Okay. So I haven't applied yet. So after I left the house, I stuck around a little bit, and the guy who toured us, he's like, "Oh, do you want me to help you apply now?" And so I can apply like immediately. But of course I said no. Give me a couple hours to think about it. Okay. So I have to tell my mom, and let's see if she approves or not. Right? My mom's not awake. What if my mom woke up like 15 minutes later, and then turns out the rooms are already sold. 2 rooms only, and several people are looking. So today with me, another either Chinese or Taiwanese girl, black guy, and a French woman, and then there's me. 4 people, 2 rooms. It's a race between us 4, or maybe some other extraneous person. I don't know. So gotta act quick, man. Gotta act quick. It's now. It has to be now. What if my mom wakes up like 15 minutes later and the rooms are already gone? That would be absolute disastrous. It can't happen, man. That is the only chance I got. I can't let that happen to me. Holy shit, it's actually good. And it's good location too. It's in Sawtell, and there are a lot of restaurants there, and then it's just like 15 minutes walk from Ralph's. It's fine. It's actually good. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna wait. If until 4:30 my mom doesn't wake up, I'll apply it myself. I can't, cause anything wrong could go wrong. Anything could go wrong. Okay, when you are in Los fucking Angeles, you need to have the mindset that anything wrong could go wrong and will likely go wrong. And I just happened to stumble upon something good for once, something promising. I can't let it slide. What if my mom ruins me? What if my mom wakes up too late? So if at 4:30, which is 20 minutes later, if my mom doesn't wake up by then, I will just apply. I will just apply without her approval. I'll just apply it because I can't wait any longer. This is it. This is fucking it. It's 4:42. My mom has responded like 10 minutes ago saying that I can apply. So I know I said 4:30, but I'm like, okay, I'll just wait a couple more minutes. But all right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's apply. I've texted the man. Now I'm waiting for him to respond. Wow. Jesus. This is depressing. This is really depressing. Alright. I can't even get the sunset, can I? Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so dinner will be 1 slice out of 4. I don't know where's the nutritional value. There's no nutrition label. It's just I need to look it up myself, do I? I'll finish this carrot, which is not a lot. Tortellini. And I'll fry up some spinach. Baby spinach. I got the mini scissors right here. Let's open this up. I'm not gonna cut this with this, but I'll cut this with this. What? There we go. Little opening. So according to the nutritional label, it's 5 servings per container. So I need to get 1/5 of this. And I believe this will like inflate. So yeah. I don't know, we'll see. This might be a little bit more than I thought I would have. This like 1/4 of the whole container, when 1 serving is only 1/5. Alright, it's 7:55. Let's try the tortellini. First time ever. Here we go. It's alright. Alright, so time now is 11:39. I feel good. I feel very good. So yeah, I cooked tortellini for dinner, and the dinner is a little bit less than I had imagined, because I thought I had more spinach than that, and I thought I had more carrots than that. And I also thought the bag of tortellini would be bigger. I've already finished like 1/4. I thought this would be like 6 or 7 meals. But no, 4 meals and then it's done. And it's weird because the serving size, I'm looking at like nutrition labels now, and the serving size is like 1/5 of the bag, like 5 servings. But no, like 1/5 is just not enough. And then the pork chop is fine, but yeah, it's not a lot actually. And I did okay, I'm gonna show you guys my my nutrition plan thing that I did today a little bit later. But while cooking dinner, Beachy's girlfriend suddenly showed up, because this morning actually, I heard noises, and I'm pretty sure it's not Howard the hospital guy. I'm pretty sure someone else is using the room across me, and I thought, okay, maybe it's a new tenant. But that's weird, because if there's a new tenant, then it means that there should be an introduction, like the hostess of this Airbnb, the girlfriend or the host himself, would, show him or her around. But no. So I don't know who it is. Until a little bit later during dinner, turns out it's the woman. It's Beachy's girlfriend. And she's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fine." And then that's it. And then I continued to have dinner, and then she disappeared. And man, my tongue is hurting. To the side. Ouch. Like, my jaw is not hurting now. Because a couple days ago, like 3 days ago, my jaw right here was hurting. Now it's the tongue. And the acne's returned again. So, another episode incoming. But, I am so fucking happy. Like, today's gotta be one of the... I wouldn't say it's a great day, but I'd say it's pretty good. Because I found a good-ass apartment. Like, I was actually genuinely surprised. Because when I went to the apartment, I was expecting it to be absolute shit. I was expecting popcorn ceiling and no in-unit washer and dryer. But no. When I asked the guy who toured us, how about the laundry? Like, where do I wash my clothes? He's like, oh, it's right here, follow me. And in my heart, I'm like, no. But there it is, and it's only 3 tenants in the apartment, 3, as opposed to 5. In the other apartment, it's 5. 5 people using the same washer and dryer in unit is bad, but 3 is slightly better. So I'll take it, man. I'll take it. And I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm the one who asked the most questions today. Like, I asked the guy about laundry, like the Mandarin speaking mother and daughter, the black dude, the French woman. None of them asked these questions. Like, I asked the guy, like, where do I do the laundry? Are there pots and pans ready? Like, I was looking at a list on my phone, a Google spreadsheet. Like I was asking the questions. Like, yo, is Wi-Fi, gas, and water included? And he's like, no, it's paid separately. So that's the one issue, is that it's paid separately. I have to pay the bill. But I'm sure I can work that out. And then I also asked about garbage disposal, and then we also took a look at the parking spot with the Mandarin speaking mother and daughter and the black dude. Yeah, at the end I applied for it. This is it. And instead of doing a 1-year lease, after some discussion between me and my mom, we decided to do the until December 31st lease. And I thought, if I do this, then somebody can immediately rent it afterwards. Like while I'm staying there, like rent it, like, okay, after December, I'll pay beforehand and I'll immediately go after me. Like I was worried that after December 31st, somebody would immediately swoop in and take the room in January. I asked the guy, and the guy said, no, you can renew. So that's great. So yeah, oh wow, this is amazing. And also this is 2 tenants, and I could make some friends too right there, which is awesome. Awesome. But yeah, I was wondering, will the other tenant be the black dude, the French woman, or the Mandarin speaking girl, or maybe someone else? I don't know. But now I have to maybe text the NMS apartment guy about this, about the fact that I'm turning it down. But holy shit, this is it. 3 months. 3 months. This is it. I'm done with level 1. I mean, yeah, sure, I haven't moved. I still haven't packed, and I still got some food issues going on. I just did Spanish homework. But holy crap, 3 months. 3 months in LA, I finally made it past level 1. You cannot believe it. You cannot believe it. Like I said, after I made it through level 1, and by that I mean after I pack and move and I settle down and I really have a place to stay for a year or more. In fact, I don't even want to go to dorm because the UCLA girl from Sunday, she said her dorm is $2,000 per month. It includes meal plans, which is fine. $2,000 per month, including meal plans, cool. And also has a roommate, like in the same room, like bedroom. This apartment may be even better than dorm because, like, it's my own room, and it's not as expensive, and yeah, it doesn't include meal plans. But the downside to having a meal plan in UCLA, or that is if I get into UCLA, is that I don't get to choose what I eat. But bro, of course I want to choose what I eat. So this might be even better. But the downside to living in this apartment while studying in UCLA is that commute, it's gonna be annoying. B, I'm probably gonna miss out on so much of UCLA culture and life. Like if I actually lived there, I would actually go around there. Because UCLA is huge. It's a huge place. It's a town. It's the size of a town. So if I actually live in the friggin' campus for like 2 years, I would be able to go through every single inch and feet of that town. But if I live in this place, I probably wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know. But that's for the future. I don't have to consider that now. For now, I've made it past level 1, as I can tell, and I am excited. And originally, I even have an idea to celebrate by drinking lemon tea, because I'm thirsty and hungry still. But you know what? I'll do that tomorrow because I don't have a lot of time now. I just don't. All right, I'll show you this. All right, so this is the diet page that I started. Okay, fuck, my phone is running out of storage space again. Okay, so this is yesterday. So this is the meal, 470 calories, which is not that much. So I did some calculation, and apparently I need 1,917 calories per day to maintain weight, or kcal. Kcal and calories, same thing. All right, so this is today. So sweet potato pie, 340. Lunch in total is 847, and dinner in total is 849.9. For some reason, even though I feel like I'm not full after dinner. So today I actually didn't eat a lot of food. This is all the stuff I've consumed. Aside from water and air, this is all the items I've consumed. I'm serious. Sweet potato pie, chicken tender, toast, peanut butter, pork sirloin, baby spinach, carrots, tortellini, oil, salt, pepper. These are all the stuff I've consumed. I'm not even going to drink lemon tea. Nope. I'm going to eat a granola bar later though. But apparently if you do this, the sum is 2,000. So theoretically, I should have more than enough calories to maintain my weight. But I still feel hungry for some reason. And also, I have no idea what is the calorie amount for pepper, but probably not a lot because I didn't even put a lot of pepper. For oil and salt, I don't mind too much, but it does make a slight difference. So for oil, it's 130 calories, but I did put more than 1 tablespoon, right? So this is a rough estimate. Like these are all rough estimates. All these, in fact. All these are rough estimates. And for the pork, the label isn't even on the package. I have to look it up myself. So it's not completely accurate because 1 gram heavier, 1 gram lighter, it's going to be slightly different. This is just a rough average. So all of this are just average. It's not 100% correct. It never will be. And also like vitamin D, calcium, like it doesn't matter a lot because I'm not going to get a lot anyways. Proteins does matter a bit. Sodium matters a little bit, I guess, but I don't have to worry about that. Carbs, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna eat a mixed bar and then that's it. That's it. And then I'm gonna finish the milk tomorrow morning. I'm gonna stay in my room the whole day tomorrow. So there's that. Yes.